Right, guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're still continuing with our series exercise demonstration, and today we'll be focusing on our squats. Let's talk about squats. Squats is a dynamic exercise. It's a compound exercise rather, that we focus on building our legs either for hypertrophy or for strength. It's one of the top exercises that we utilize in our arsenal when it comes to lower leg development. So I'd like to take you through our squats today. Let's focus on the muscle. Since I've said it's our lower leg exercises, let's talk about the muscle involved. Now we have the quads, the group quads muscle involved. We also have the gluteus muscle group. We also have the hamstrings muscle group. We also have the calves that are involved in our squat, namely our quads. We have the vastus lateralis, we have the vastus medialis, and the rectus femoris that is involved. Those are our quads muscles, right? We also have, as I've said, gluteus maximus, gluteus minimus, and medius involved in our squat. Also have to mention our abductors that are involved, abductor mangas, pectineus, abductor longus, that are also involved in our squats, right? We also have the bicep muscle, semitendinosus and semimembranosus involved. So we have our calves and our soles also involved. So the joint, let's move on to the joint. The joint that are also involved, we have the hip joint involved in flexing and extending the trunk, right? We have the knee joint. Now it's also involved in flexing and extending our legs, right? And lastly, we have the ankle joint, the dorsi and the dorsi flexi, and the plantar flex. So yeah, those are our muscles and joint involved. Now let's move on to our squats. Today I still have my assistant Kamderi. Let's move on to the safety of our exercise. We will begin with body weight squats. I would like to take you through our safety points of our squats. So we're gonna begin with the body weight simple squat. So for now, Dori, let's start with the body weight. I want you to stand with your legs shoulder width apart. Your toes must be facing forward or slightly at the sides, right? Slightly, not too much, right? And the next thing, you want to stand up straight, chest out, maintain, brace your core, right? Hands, it's either you're going to hold them at the front or just on your chest. Ready? Right. Now the motion, it's involved two motion. The eccentric, the lowering portion of the exercise. This is where you go down. Already? Before you go down, I want you to hip at the hinge firstly. Push your hips back. Brace your core, chest out. Then you go down. You descend all the way down. Already? 3, 2, 1. Go below 90 degrees. Then you come back up. The coming back up, or the upper portion, the concentric, this is where our muscles shortens, right? So yeah, continue for reps. Make sure you keep a neutral spine. You breathe in and out as you go up, just like that. This is our simple body weight squat, so keep it up. Yes. Now let's talk about mistakes that a lot of people make. But before we get into the mistake, I'd like to continue. One thing about squats that a lot of it's still a mistake. As people go down, they allow their knee to cave in, right? So what you wanna do, your knee must be in line with your toes. If your toes are facing forward, you wanna squat in that alignment, right? With the toes, knee and toes, or slightly outside toe, it's okay, but never inside. Right? Never let your knee drift inside. So you want to also look out for that. Let's talk about the leaning. Most people, when they squat, they tend to lean, right? They tend to lean as they squat, and as they get up, they tend to allow their hips to drift up before their torso. So one thing also you want to look out for is to keep your shoulders and your hip must always be in line. Your shoulders and your hip, or your chest line, must always be in line. As you descend, it's in line. As you get up, simultaneously with your shoulders, right? So yes, those are our safety. Now let's move on to other exercise variation of our squats. We have the back squats. Duri, let's go to the weight. We have the back squat. There are just 5. So as you get under the bar, you will lift it, brace your core, take a couple of steps back, right? And then hinge at the hip slightly, and then you go down. Remember, all the way down. Lower, lower. The lower the better. There you go. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Back squat is good for developing your quad muscles, as I've said, also your gluteus muscles. Your core become a stabilizer to keep your torso upright as you brace. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is our front squat. Front squat. Already. One thing about front squat is that it will challenge your core greatly because it will keep your body from falling backwards. So it will keep your torso upright. Yes, 3, 2, 1, go. As upright as possible. This is where your lats become greatly involved to keep your body upright. Keep it up. Just a couple of reps. Last 2. Nicely done. Last one. Perfect. Now we're gonna move on to our that was our weighted squats. Let's move on to other variations of our squats, such as the Bulgarian split squats. Now this is where we use unilateral rather, to focus on our quads. You're gonna start with this one where you put your leg. Yeah, use the dumbbells. Let's take the dumbbells. Our Bulgarian split squats. Let's talk about the setup. Let me show you the setup. As you set up, you wanna sit firstly like this, extend one leg, right? Then you get up. From this leg, you wanna put it on the bench. So this is a beautiful setup. Then you do your Bulgarian split squat. As I've said, it's a unilateral exercise that focuses individually on single leg. If you have imbalances, muscle imbalances, unilateral will be the best way to go. Then you go up, just like that. Remember to keep your chest up rather than you falling over. Yes, there you go. Squeeze at the top. Just like that, balance. Then you change. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1, go. Just like that. And change. Let's move on to our last final one. You're gonna use this dumbbell. All right. Now we're gonna use the dumbbell, a variation of a squat. Let's go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Then you go. That's 1. Then you go. Number 2. Keep it up. 3. Keep it up. That's 4. Last one. And 5. Now call again. Yeah, so as you can see, this is our variation of free weights. We also have our leg press, our hack squat, our cocksaw squat. There are a lot of variations. So as I've demonstrated to you guys, that's how you do your squat. Thank you for tuning in. See you on the next video.